Why do chosen ones face challenges in finding true love? Have you ever asked that question in the quiet of the night? After another promising start ended? After a good-looking match fizzled? After your friends post engagement photos, and you feel both joyful and secretly hollow? It's tempting to call it bad luck or to blame yourself. But there is a deeper, spiritual logic at work. This is not random. It is purposeful. Today, I want to show you 5 reasons why chosen ones often run into obstacles on the path to covenantal love, and how to live through those seasons with wisdom and hope. If this word lands on you, comment, "I am light to darkness right now." Reason 1. A different spirit. Numbers 14:24 calls Caleb a man of a different spirit. He saw what God saw and refused to settle for less. If you feel rare in your convictions, that's part of what this means. Your depth, your authenticity, your unwillingness to play games make you less appealing to casual relationships. That shows up as repeated misunderstandings, people who admire you from afar but cannot match your seriousness, or instant chemistry that never grows into commitment. Application. Honor your depth. Don't dim your convictions to fit someone else's comfort. Cultivate friendship and shared spiritual rhythms that match the seriousness of your calling. Because covenant love wants soil that has been prepared, not soil that's only surface deep. Reason 2. The enemy targets the heart. Proverbs 4:23 instructs, "Guard your heart, for from it flow the springs of life." The places you are most devoted will attract pressure. Attractive but deceptive relationships can feel like answers. They taste sweet and quickly lead you away from the things God has placed in your soul. Signs include relationships that isolate you from spiritual friends, partnerships that encourage compromise, or sudden intensity that moves too fast. This isn't a call to paranoia but to discernment. Test motives, keep wise counsel close, and set healthy boundaries. Heart guarding is not legalism. It's spiritual self-preservation. Some heartbreaks are not punishments, but acts of protection. Reason 3. You're wired for a higher-level calling and prone to rescuing. Many chosen ones carry intercessory burdens, gifts of mercy, and an instinct to fix what's broken. That compassion is holy, until it becomes the conveyor belt for one-sided relationships. There's a difference between assignment, a season when you help others as part of your calling, and a soulmate partnership, a mutual covenant where both people invest. The everyday sign here is the pattern. You enter relationships where you do most of the emotional labor. You forgive what never changes, or you keep hoping someone will grow into what they never intended to become. Application. Learn to ask whether a person has the capacity to pour back. Healthy partnerships require reciprocity, spiritual, emotional, and practical. Let your mercy be wise, not enabling. Reason 4. Divine timing is at work. Ecclesiastes 3:11 says, "God makes everything beautiful in its time." Waiting can feel empty, but often it is a refining season. While you long for companionship, God may be shaping your character, expanding your capacity to love, or preparing a partner who will embody covenant. This shows up as seasons where growth outpaces relationship opportunities, your skills, your emotional maturity, or your ministry responsibility advance first. Application. Use the waiting. Invest in the life that will host covenant love. Deepen friendships, steward your gifts, pursue emotional health, and welcome God's training instead of rushing to fill a space with temporary comfort. Waiting is not stagnation. It is preparation. Reason 5. Purpose demands protection. Judges 16 warns us through Samson's story about how vulnerable calling can be when exposed to careless intimacy. Some connections would dismantle the mission God placed on your life. That is not God punishing you by closing doors. It's God protecting the assignment He entrusted to you. Look for signs like relationships that consistently pull you away from God-ordained responsibilities. Normalize compromise in your character, or entice you into patterns that erode calling. Application. Protect what you are becoming. Build relationships with people who honor your calling, who understand covenant as partnership in purpose, not simply companionship for comfort. Put these 5 reasons together, and you see the pattern. Chosen ones face challenges in finding true love because their love story must do more than satisfy personal longing. It must glorify God. Delays and disappointments are often cultivation, not curses. Heartbreak can be a form of shelter. Temptation and deception are pressures that expose what is fragile, so it can be healed. Your patience is not passive waiting. It is active preparation for a covenantal partnership that will reflect God's faithfulness. Practically, this means 3 things you can begin today. First, guard the inner life. Spiritual disciplines are not optional if you want a love that lasts. Second, practice discernment. Ask about character, capacity, and alignment before you invest your whole heart. Third, pursue growth. Use seasons of singleness to become the kind of person who can enter and sustain covenant love. None of these guarantees a spouse on a timetable, but they do align you with the kind of relationship that honors God and brings deep joy. You are not being punished for longing. You are being prepared to love differently. You're not cursed. You're being cultivated. When God brings covenant love, it will be a home for your calling, a mirror to God's faithfulness, and a companionship that multiplies what you were created to carry. May God guard your heart, give you clarity and discernment, and steady your hope as you wait. If this message spoke to you, share it with someone who is waiting for true love and subscribe for more grounded encouragement.